This might not be familiar to you, but China has the most dangerous mountain villages on Earth that the headlines and other documentaries barely show. Ordinary roads disappear, only open cliffs. At a village in the past, children once had to climb fragile ladders above an 800-meter wall. Later, 2556 steel steps replaced that lethal ascent. Across another canyon, there are houses cling above a roaring river. The clouds crossing across their courtyards, and the fields are always near the void below. Further along the cliffs, villages once transported goods, livestock, and supplies using only rudimentary ropes. Cable cars later shortened the terrifying journey. You see women and elderly people navigating narrow mountain passes alongside deep ravines. They have to carefully calculate each step, taking into account the wind, rocks, and distance. And an ancient temple perched precariously on the cliffs of Mount Hinshan, more than 50 meters above the ground, looked like an eagle's nest clinging to the sheer rock face. It's hard to believe, isn't it? But this vast world is full of such incredible wonders. Come with us and explore the most dangerous mountain villages of China, with the Tula Village is the very first destination. A Tula Village stands in Liangshan, Sichuan, on a cliff face above the deep valleys of Daliang Mountain. For generations, Ye families lived here because the high ground offered farmland, safety, and distance from crowded lowlands. The village architecture is rough, direct, and built for survival. Homes use timber, stone, packed earth, and metal roofing, with yards kept close to animals and stored crops. Here, every climb can be life-threatening. For years, the only route down was a chain of vine ladders hanging against an 800-meter cliff. Children use them for school. Adults use them for markets, medicine, and family visits. One wrong handhold could make a person fall into empty air. In 2016, the old ladders were replaced by a steel stairway with 2,556 steps. Paths stay narrow because the mountain leaves little room. Roofs, steps, fences, and walls are regularly reinforced before rain and wind turn minor damage into dangerous situations. Families raised corn, potatoes, peppers, walnuts, goats, pigs, and chickens. People carried goods on their backs because machines could not reach the cliff. You can imagine the weight of grain, firewood, and medicine moving step by step above the void. The Yue people's culture carries fire festivals, embroidered clothing, silver ornaments, folk songs, and ancestor respect. Spiritual life blends household rituals, seasonal offerings, and reverence for the forces surrounding mountain and family. Art appears in clothing patterns, festival dance, and the colors worn during gatherings. A Tula village shows how a community held life on a cliff when dangerous is always present. Many residents have moved to safer housing below the mountain. Yet the village remains a symbol. At a Tula village, the most fitting local food is tao, a yi dish of large pork chunks. You may see it served in wooden bowls during family meals or guest gatherings. The meat is simple, heavy, and useful in cold mountain weather. Toruoru often appears with buckwheat, pancakes, and potatoes. At a Tula village, you can climb selected sections of the steel stairs, take photos, and look across the Daliang Mountains. You may also meet local Ye families selling food, tea, or simple souvenirs. Walk slowly because the route is steep and physically demanding. Wear shoes with strong grip. Avoid visiting during heavy rain, fog, or strong wind. Visit with a local guide if possible. Heat. Gulu Village clings to the entrance of the Dardu River Grand Canyon in Hanuan County. Sichuan. You first see cliffs, river mist, and houses standing far above the valley. The village sits around 1,400 meters above sea level. The canyon turns every journey into a test of nerve. For many years, isolation was the problem. The settlement grew where Yi families could farm small terraces, raise animals, and stay protected by terrain. Houses use stone, timber, earth, and simple roofs suited to mountain weather. They stand close to paths, animal pens, and vegetable plots. The old route was terrifying. Villagers once climbed ladders made from sticks and cane while wind moved beneath their feet. Later, a narrow mule path was cut into the cliff around 2003. It was less than a meter wide in places. Market trips could take hours with goods, grain, and animals moving beside open drop-offs. The cableway changed daily life. It opened around 2017 and connected the village to the world in minutes. Before that, supplies crossed by rough ropeways, steep trails, and human backs. Families grow corn, potatoes, peppers, and walnuts where soil survives between rocks. They also raise pigs, goats, and chickens for food. Ancestor respect remains close to household life. Woven belts, stitch patterns, wooden tools appear in the festival music. Religion and custom live in family offerings, seasonal rituals, and the respect for forces surrounding the mountain. The most notable cultural ritual is the Ye Torch Festival. During the festival, Ye communities light torches, wear traditional clothing, dance, sing, and gather around evening fires. At Gulu Village, you can ride the cableway, hike selected sections, and photograph deep canyon walls. You may also visit Ye households, simple homestays, and viewpoints above the river. Bring water, warm clothes, trekking shoes, and a power bank. Download maps before arrival because mountain signal can fail. Avoid night hiking, feeding monkeys, and walking near loose rock. Check local rules before visiting. Baoan Stone City rises above the Ginga River in northern Yunnan near Lijiang's mountain country. You see a Naxi village sitting on one enormous rock with cliffs guarding three sides and the river cutting below. One narrow entrance can make your chest tighten. The village dates back to the Yuan era, when Naxi ancestors settled this natural stronghold. Its position gave protection, water access, farmland nearby, and control over movement along the river valley. The settlement survived because the rock itself became foundation, wall, street, and household material. Nature provided a fortress before people added doors. Some beds, benches, tables, ovens, and water basins were carved directly into the stone beneath the homes. Houses use rock, timber, earth, and tiled roofs with lanes squeezed between walls and sudden drops. Daily life moves through farming, livestock, home cooking, and small guest houses. Terraces around the village hold maize and vegetables where soil gathers. Walnut trees grip the slopes, giving shade, food, and trade value. Animals keep the village practical. Goats climb edges that would frighten most visitors. Mules carry loads through narrow paths where vehicles cannot move easily. Swallows cut through the air above roofs and river cliffs, nesting near human shelter. Naxi culture gives Baoan its deeper pulse. Dongba traditions, ancestral respect, pictographic memory, music, and embroidered clothing remain part of local identity. Art appears in carved objects, ritual symbols, household tools, and festival gatherings. Faith here feels close to land, river, family, and mountain spirits. At Baoan Stone City, you can stay in a Naki guest house and wake before sunrise. You may walk down toward the Ginga River, then climb back through steep village paths. You can photograph terraced fields, irrigation channels, river bends, and stone alleys. At sunset, hikers may continue toward Tai Pass, a demanding route with steep slopes and narrow sections. Bring water, snacks, trekking shoes, and cash for village stays. Avoid summer rain because local guides warn that roads and trails become harder then. Guolang village hides inside the Tai Hang Mountains of Henan behind cliffs that once cut it from the outside world.